Good morning and welcome to my hobby table. And as you can see, I've got something completely different on my table today. And if you allow me, let me give you a little bit of a backstory as to why I have this particular item on my table. So the last few days I've been going to my local Hobby Town USA here in Oshkosh and looking for items that can entertain both myself and Sasha while we are in the apartment on cold fall and or winter days. So I had made several trips to the hobby store and I was investigating all kinds of things, and was really looking for some really micro devices, something about the size of a mouse or even maybe a little bit bigger RC devices, cars or quads or something that I could play with in the house and give Sasha some entertainment also, as opposed to me just doing this with her all the time. I mean, that's fun for her, but it's not quite as fun for me because that's really the only toy she really likes at this moment. So I was looking at crawlers and some other things because I have made, some pillow obstacles and kind of a steeplechase course for her to run around on. And I was thinking, well, maybe a crawler would be a good thing or something, different. I was looking at some crawlers and I was like, well, I don't know how interested she would be in that because they're not very fast. I might have some limited fun with them. But anyway, long story short, 3 or 4 trips to the hobby store and I came across this, and I've never heard of this before, and it's the ARRMA RC company, and this is the Granite GROM RTR. Now, the people at Hobby Town were telling me that they had just got these in, so apparently this is like a really new thing, and I had never heard of this, and I'm not all that well versed in electric RC cars and trucks, or RC cars and trucks, even nitro ones, really as much as I was in years past. So I had no idea. All I knew is that this looked like it was a good size for what I had intended, and it looked like it was decent quality. I had a lot of the people at the hobby store were really hyping this thing up, probably because they really wanted to sell it. And it looks like Sasha's going to join me now. You're going to have to probably get down, my love. So I had no idea what it was. So I said the price looks right, the size looks right, but it turns out after doing a little bit more research, once I got it home and looking at some reviews online on YouTube, reviews on this thing, this is not going to fit the bill for what I had intended to be something to play with in the apartment with Sasha. Sure, I'll probably turn it on and run it in here real quick, but this thing is way more powerful, way faster than I have space in this apartment for, and that's just not going to work. However, I don't think at this point I can take it back, so we're just going to keep it. So let me open this thing up and let's talk about this ARRMA Granite GROM real quick. Now I'm showing you this knife because I don't recall who it was that gave me this knife, but it was some awesome gentleman. It's a Randall's knife, model 2D2. And whoever, if you're watching, the fellow that gave this to me, I just want you to know that I love this knife. I carry this knife with me everywhere. It's always in my pocket. The blade has probably seen better days, but I do love it very much. So thank you for that. So now, I'm not really big into doing reviews, and I don't know that I'd really want to call this a review necessarily, but we're going to look inside the box because there are plenty of real reviews on this online. But this is what we got in here. And we'll take that piece of frame out, and maybe Sasha will want to hop down and play with that. And here is the rolling chassis. It's all ready to run, and we've got the other things inside here. So let me take this out real quick. Hey, Sash, you want to say hi? Say hi, Sasha. Say, oh, there she is. Let me see if I can gently take this out. One of the reviewers I saw just ripped the hell out of this thing as he was pulling it out of the box. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. Well, let's go see if you're interested in playing in this box, Sasha. Let me put it on the floor here. You can play in that box, but just don't destroy it, please. Okay, so here we've got the truck chassis, and I could probably zoom in a bit more now. And this thing is just beautiful. I've read or seen, like I said, I watched several reviews on this thing, and the things I know about this from those reviews is that it's got a 280 electric motor. It's all full ball bearings. To me, it looks and sounds kind of like a super small mini T-Max. Independent suspension. It's got oil-filled shocks. I mean, this thing just looks beautiful. And from what I saw on the reviews, the way to take the top off is you push in on some side clips here. Apparently it's easier said than done. I wonder how many times they practiced that before they got it off. Push in on these side clips, which is a little hard for me to get my hands in there, and it just comes off, it pops off like that. So this is a really nice cover here. Doesn't have clear windows, but this is the inside and what it looks like here. This is beautiful. Now I'm saying it's beautiful. I don't really know. I mean, to me, it's a beautiful vehicle. We've got our Spectrum ESC receiver and the speed control, or is a speed controller, I guess. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about these things. The thing that I thought was interesting was that it has this 1400 milliamp hour LiPo pack. Now that's a pretty serious LiPo pack. 30C 2S. One of the things the reviewer said was it's got this proprietary connector on here, which means you really just can't go use any other connectors on there. No other hobby chargers are gonna really work with that unless you find one and cut it apart and make your own. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna leave this out because I'm gonna be charging that battery, because believe it or not, the weather has turned quite cold here and we're in the 30s right now, but it is a nice day and I want to get this thing charging, hopefully to go outside and get some outdoor video with this. But I want to open up the rest of the contents here real quick and show you what else is in here. Let's use this trusty knife again here. I don't want to really destroy any of the box components or anything here. There's a package of Sasha's in the box. Package of accessories, and then this transmitter. It's an SLT2 transmitter. Sounds like I really know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? I have no idea what I'm talking about. All I know is they said, oh, this is an SLT transmitter and it's really cool. And I'm like, okay, it's really cool. I like it. They were saying that maybe you could do it one-handed. Maybe you could, but I don't know if I'm coordinated enough to do that. We'll give that a shot. But in this bag of accessories here, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, you can go get better reviews of this product on YouTube than what I'm doing, because I don't really know what I'm doing here other than just showing you the contents of this stuff. So here's our technical pack, which basically is going to show us a parts breakdown with all the part numbers of everything on this car, or this truck, which is incredibly cool. Now, the one thing that I think I already mentioned, that they mentioned, was that everything in here is like steel. Like there's the steel, I think the chassis is steel, not this part, that's composite plastic, but the dog bones, the transmission, is all steel and it's fully ball bearing, so this is really cool. And in here we've got our get started guide, which of course I'm going to be needing to use while I'm charging the battery. Not like I don't really know a lot of this stuff already, but we'll see. Now here it talks about how to remove the body clips and all that good stuff. Now, like I said, the reviews on this thing were outstanding. So it seems like I really made a good decision to buy this particular thing. But yeah, this is good here. It talks about how to operate the controller. Not like I don't know that either, but it seems like I made a very wise decision in this, and it's actually, pretty far ahead of, usually I'm kind of behind like 5 to 10 years in technology and stuff when it comes to these types of things, but this is actually leading edge and has just been released this year, so I feel kind of good about that. Here's a Granite GROM card of some sort. Oh, it's a support card and showcase. I don't know what that is. I'd have to, you know, capture those or take an image of those and see what the heck that's all about. Here we've got spacers, different shock spacers, so we can tune the suspension a bit. And it comes with this nice tool that everybody in the reviews was like, oh, gaga about, which to me, if an item like this doesn't come with a tool of some sort, it's kind of useless because you need that. But I believe they said this was like a 2.5 millimeter on this end. You've got the wheel lug nut size here, and then like a 1.5 wrench here, which is kind of nice. Batteries for the transmitter. This is the most important thing for me because it's like it tells you this is the battery charger. And I need to see what kind of, oh, it came with a little USB-C to USB adapter, so that's cool. Maybe I can use my Apple or my iPhone charger for this thing because it requires, I think it said 18 plus watts to charge this thing. So, and it comes with a cable. It's USB-C. Oh, sweet. So I probably can. I'll have to go and check and see what my Apple USB charger is and see if it's that much. I know I've got a wall wart here that's a combination normal, 120 outlet plug and 2 USBs, which I'm powering these lights, these USB LED lights with, and that's 5 amps at 3.4 amps, or it's 5 volts DC at 3.4 amps, so that's 17 watts. So that's marginal. I mean, it might be enough. I don't know how long it'll take to charge this. I'd have to do the math on that, but that's why I want to get this thing on charge here so I can hopefully get this out today. I'll probably take this to the RC airplane field, not to run on the runway or anything, but the road leading into the field is really uneven and it's gravelly, and it'll give me a good opportunity to maybe do some jumps and some other bashing with this. I don't really want to bash with it around here because right now fall is in full session and there's a lot of leaves on the ground, and I'm not sure how well that would make for a video. But this is my early Christmas gift, I guess you could say, for me and Sasha, although she'll probably not like it or get to experience it. But we're going to take this out and see if we can't get some video of this thing in action. Okay, I'm out here at the flying field, or at least the entrance to the flying field on the road. And I've just installed my battery and I'm about to power it on and run this thing, this ARRMA Granite GROM, for the very first time and shoot some video in the middle of bashing the living crap out of it. So let's see what she can do. Ready, set, go. And she hits the camera right away. Let's see if we can put it out here on a different surface. Well, it's fun to bash, but it's challenging to bash it and keep it in frame of the camera. So I just finished the first running bashing session of the ARRMA Granite GROM truck, and it is a blast. Now, I was having some challenges with my camera setup and trying to keep it in frame because, quite honestly, it's just fun to just run it around, and I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to keeping it in the camera frame. At one point, I tried sitting behind one of my cameras and watching the LCD screen and trying to run it. That didn't work. But anyway, The default settings, it's got a 3-position switch for throttle, so you can set it at 50%, 75%, or 100%. The default was 100%, and that was fine in grass when I was running it around in the grass, because it would do wheelies on, on command, which was kind of fun. But if I got into the looser gravel out here, sand and gravel, it just really wanted to just spin in circles at 100%, because unless you're really controlled on your throttle, which I wasn't, I was just hammering it, all it wanted to do was spin. So I'd set it down to 50% just to see what it was like, and 50% is the only way I'd be able to run that thing inside my apartment around Sasha, because anything else, it's just going to slam walls immediately, because the thing is lightning fast. 75% was really the setting that was working well on this loose gravel road here, with a little bit of the jump action happening. But I'm going to be looking around for other areas where I can take this and do some more runs with it. But I hope you enjoyed watching. I enjoy the heck out of playing with that thing. It's a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to have a good time with it.